Hello everyone, Scottish Lad here and welcome back to Scottish Lad Darts channel. In today's review I'm going to be reviewing a set of the Harrows Black Knight, which are a part of the latest Harrows launch for 2023. There they are, the Black Knights. I'll get into a bit more detail about the grip and stuff in the close-up section. Now, these are going to set you back £57.95, so they do come across as a bit expensive, but for the amount of machining and the quality in these, I'd say they're worth that. They're 90% tungsten and they can come in a various amount of weights. They go from 21 to 26 gram. The set I'm reviewing are 23 gram. And a fun fact, these are the Harrows Black Knight that in fact Damon Hayter reviewed on the Harrows YouTube channel, so it's worth checking that out. They're 50mm long and at the widest point they are 6.9mm. But I'll get into all that in the close-up section. So without further ado, let's crack on with the review. Here we go folks, close-up look to the Harrows Black Knight. These ones are 23 gram, also available in 21, 22, 24, 25 and 26 gram. And for users out there that like to throw soft tip darts, you can get these in 18 and 20 grams. Comes supplied with a 26mm black point, which is obviously brilliant for sticking in the board. Also come with the Harrows Carbon ST MIDI flights, so intermediate for those of you who may not actually know. And the number 6 Harrows Black Knight flights, also with the black kind of pyramid style O-ring as well, so just to keep that dart completely blacked out. Now the grip is very interesting, so to speak, as you can see kind of roughly. I'll pull it closer up to the camera and you can have a wee look. But the grip is very, very unique, so to speak. It's like a mixture of rings and obviously kind of inverted cut, pyramid cut, and then that lateral cut all the way through the dart, leading to the inverted taper. Now that inverted taper is great for finger placement, so it's going to be great for any of you guys who grip kind of around that area. Tapered nose, which is obviously great for grouping at a longer point or a storm style point or Harrows apex point, whatever you like, just to kind of perfect it. And that's the Carbon ST stems. Now very durable stems. A lot of people did have some comprehensions about them just due to these parts here obviously affecting what if they come out and stuff like that, but never heard of that happening. Harrows logo at the top of the dart, as well as those 3 little rings, which is not too bad for re-grippers if you throw right at the rear of the dart. But as you can see, it's a very interesting dart, and at £57.95 you'd like to think so. Now the length from here where the point meets the barrel to here where the stem meets the barrel is 50mm, so not a overly long dart, but it's kind of smack bang to what people like. What a lot of people I know like anyway. And the width at the widest point, I keep knocking this camera, I'm sorry about that folks. And the width at the widest point is 6.9mm, so that's going to be kind of around about this front section, as these are a front weighted dart. And £57.95 is a not bad price point for them in my opinion. But I've gave you all the information, let's get them over to the board and we'll see how I got on with them. Here we go then folks, front section for the Harrows Black Knight. The grip level is a definite level 3.5, sorry 4 on a scale of 1 to 5. That inverted taper at the kind of 3/4 way up the dart is actually where I'm holding the dart, just for that extra kind of feel to the dart to see how it works. Now as these are front weighted, they are landing at quite an upright angle for me personally, and the grip is actually really nice in my hand. I really like the grip on these. The tapered nose helps with a lot of grouping, not that these are seen that overly well, but as I say, with that front weightedness, it also feels like a straight barrel, although it is slightly front weighted. These are £57.95, so it's not a bad price. You can get them from the usual places, Darts Corner, St Helens Darts Shop, obviously in St Helens, the Darts Shack, you name it, the places have probably got it. But back to the darts, the grip levels are definitely level 4, front weighted balance, they fly lovely through the air. The only thing I think I have to change on them is the length of stems, maybe a number 2 flight just for that extra air stability, and the points, because there's a bit of lip, and as you guys know I'm not a fan of the lip because it just destroys flights. But if you've got a set of these, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. It really helps, obviously, with me getting other opinions of the dart as well as my own, because I just value the opinions. But as you can see, I'm not throwing terribly well with them, but a bit more practice with them, I'm pretty sure I could get a wee bit more consistent with them. The inverted scallop does certainly take some getting used to. Well, let you enjoy watching the rest of this throwing section, and I'll see you when we get wrapped up. There we go, folks, that was my review of the Harrows Black Knight darts in 23 gram. Awesome dart. Does take some getting used to if you're not used to that inverted scallop at the rear section of the dart, as you can imagine. But for any manner of gripper, these are going to suit you down to the ground because the grip is throughout. Nice tapered nose like I showed you in the close-up section, which is excellent for, say, a Harrows Sabre point or a Target Storm point, a Winmo Free Flow point. Just to eliminate that lip and make a seamless transgression between the dart and obviously the point. $57.95, so they are a touch expensive for a lot of people because a lot of people just like buying darts for like 20 and 30 quid. But for the amount of machining and the quality in these, definitely worth that price. But let me know what you think of the Harrows Black Knights in the comment section down below. Stay safe out there, everybody, and of course, keep on darting.